presenter.
Hi, my name's Olivia Key, but today I'm going to be Walt Disney. This is a book I read about Walt Disney, Master of Make-Believe by Elizabeth Rider Montgomery. This is my timeline. Walt Disney was born in 1901 and he died in 1966. 1901, Walt Disney was born. 1923, Walt Disney made his first movie. 1925, Walt Disney got married. 1927, Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse. 1955, Walt Disney opened Disneyland. 1966, Walt Disney died. This is a picture of Walt Disney, Master of Make-Believe by Elizabeth Rider Montgomery. This is my summary about Walt Disney. Walt Disney was a great artist and a nice man. He was born in 1901, and when he was a kid, he sold newspapers for his dad. When he grew up, he started working at an art studio in Kansas City. Then he thought of making a cartoon, and the title of it was going to be Alice in Cartoonland. A few years later, he got married to someone named Lily. Then he was going to move to California with Lily. On the train trip, he was drawing, and then he thought of Mickey Mouse. When he got to California, he went to his new home. A few years later, he had two daughters. One was named Diane, the other was named Sharon. When Walt Disney wanted to play with his daughters, they usually went to an amusement park. But most of the time, he worked in his studio. Sometimes he worked so long that he started yelling at people for no reason. When he went to see a doctor, and the doctor said that he should get a lot of rest. A few years later, he built a new studio for himself, and he worked in it for a while. Then he changed it into an amusement park. He named the park Disneyland, and it opened on July 17, 1955. Many people visited it, and they really liked it. Walt Disney died in 1966 because he got sick. This is one of the important events. When Walt Disney opened Disneyland, July 17, 1955. My opinion about the book. I think this is a very good book because it gives you a lot of information about Walt Disney's whole life, not just a little bit of his life. I think it would be better if they added more about how he met all the people he worked with. When I finished reading the book, it made me want to go to Disneyland. This is my diorama, and these are a few toys. I made paper round for these parts, and this is Walt Disney. And I made this little arch out of paper, and I made this out of popsicle sticks. And the main characters are Walt Disney, Lillian Disney, and Mickey. These are some of my vocabulary words. Creative. He created a lot of cartoons. Hardworking, because he was in his office a lot. Helpful, because he sold newspapers for his dad when he was little. Smart, because he made good choices about his business. Unhealthy, he smoked tobacco and got lung cancer. Friendly, he helped other people. Persevering, he kept working on what he started. Respectful, he was nice to his parents even when they were mean to him. Thoughtful, because he thought a lot about what he was going to do before he did it. Playful, he performed his characters' voices. This is my giant postcard, Walt Disney, Master of Make-Believe by Elizabeth Montgomery. January 22nd, 2012. Dear Elizabeth Montgomery, I really liked what you wrote about Walt Disney. I also like that you added a lot of details about his whole life, not just about his life working on cartoons and movies. How did you get information for your book? Did you research in other books? Did you ask Walt Disney's family members questions? Did you research on the computer? You are a great author. Sincerely, Olivia. And this is a little stamp that I drew. And that is the end of my presentation.